Hey everyone, Jake Fugit here. Now, renting an apartment can be really tough. There's hours of online research, going to various buildings in different places, and now all that's left is to determine which one is best. However, plenty of buildings are just fine to live in, but how will you know the next one that's going to be your home? In order to truly understand what you're getting into, we've come up with this list of Smartland's 9 great questions to ask before renting. Question 1. What is the parking situation? Where will I park my vehicle? This is definitely one of the most important questions to ask. You need to know things such as, are there assigned parking spots, or is it an open lot? Ask about garages or covered parking and if they cost extra to use. Check it out while you're on tour. Parking can get messy, especially in bigger living communities. Make sure about your parking situation because no one wants to park 2 buildings away and have to walk to their apartment after a long day. Question 2. How are emergency repairs done? Sometimes life is going to throw you a curveball and you definitely don't want to be alone at 2 a.m. midwinter when your heater goes out. Ask if the maintenance is 24/7 and how quickly their response time is. Number 3. How do I pay my rent? Almost assuredly, any apartment complex has an electronic way to pay your rent nowadays. This is the universally preferred method. However, in some cases, writing a check and mailing it directly to your landlord or putting it in a deposit box will definitely suffice. If your landlord doesn't accept any of these kinds of payments and is working with cash only, that is a huge red flag and you want to rent somewhere else. Number 4. How is safety and security at the complex? Ask about the security features that have been installed in the apartment. Things such as gates or buzzer systems, patrols, and other things like it. It's also good to ask about the area you live in. Is your neighborhood a good one? Feeling safe in your own home is incredibly important, and knowing these things ahead of time will allow you to make a better decision. Number 5. Can I make changes to the apartment? This can be a slightly polarizing topic. Making your place your own can usually be accomplished without actually changing the integrity of your unit. However, in some cases where you'd want to paint the walls or hang a bookshelf, you definitely want to ask about this before proceeding. Some landlords are okay with it, while others are very against it. Ask. It could very well save you a security deposit. Number 6. Are there plans to update the building? This is a good question to ask because it can mean many things. The first is construction. If there are plans to make changes, you could be dealing with the noise and inconvenience of having construction crews around. However, this could mean renovating units. This is great because renovated units are almost always much better, and you'll get a chance to live in a unit with brand new things and be the first to do so. Number 7. What is your guest policy? This is a great question to bring up, especially if it isn't exactly outlined in the lease agreement. Now, of course, anyone can visit at any time, but the question becomes, how long? Most apartments have a policy of how long a guest can stay with you. This time frame is usually 2 weeks before it starts becoming an issue. This will vary from place to place, so make sure to ask. Number 8. Are utilities included? This is the money question. Quite literally. Some apartments include utilities in the price of the rent and will pay these companies directly. Others don't. It's important to establish which utilities, if any at all, are going to be paid for. You don't want to be shocked if your electricity or water goes out because you didn't ask if they were included. Number 9. What is your subletting policy? Subletting is renting out your apartment to another person while the apartment is under your name. This can be incredibly handy if you suddenly have to move for work or other reasons. Ask your landlord or your leasing agent if they allow it. This can be another pretty polarizing topic. Most places are either all for it or all against it. You need to make extra sure on this one because it could potentially be a breach in contract and could land you in hot water. Now, these aren't the only questions you could ask to really guarantee that you're getting the best place you possibly can. However, we did find these to be the most pressing and most likely to affect you in your day-to-day life. So remember, don't be afraid to ask your questions. This could end up being the place that you live in, so make sure it's worth it. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to read more down below. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, this is Jake Fugit for Smartland Apartments.